snipers across the way. We're stuck here until we take them out. Take out those goddamn snipers, will you?
Alright, anyways, so... Was that a...
Wait, you can't do that.
Ah! Okay, another talking point I have over here on this handy-dandy laptop is some of the metaphors that I found in this game. I only have one. I won't waste your time with lots of symbolism and other shit that isn't always that interesting for everybody. I just thought that the relation between Conrad and Captain Walker is a lot like the relation between video games and us. Okay, so listen. Walker is blaming everything he does. Like, I had to do that. My hand was forced on to Conrad. And we do that a lot in games. And they're like, well, that's not on me. That's what the game asked me to do. That's what I had to do to progress. So I just find some correlation between the two things, and that's just, one little thing I'd like to point out. I think Spec Ops tries to make you question things a lot. They're not really like saying, yeah, these are wrong. But just some of these metaphors that you can find and just the general sense and context of the game can make you, just like next time you're playing a generic shooter, you kind of question, is this okay? Just make you ask some questions. So,
well, one of the metaphors I'd like to bring up is when Walker crashes the little bird, or when he crashes, and that's the metaphorical gate to hell. See, I think in his past life, when you very first begin the game and it crashes, I think he died. And he's reliving the tragic events that went past him. And I think that in his afterlife of his own, he is just putting himself through so much pain and suffering because he experienced such a tragedy that he put onto other people. So he's reliving this horror over and over and over until he can finally, I guess, I don't know,
feel better about it.
Either, I wouldn't say feel better about it, but either change what he's done somehow by realizing I've been here before. This does not seem right. Like, if you notice that, he says it, I've been here before. This does not seem right.
I wonder if, like, I'm sure when they made that, they were like, people are going to take this any way they want. And then that's probably what they were thinking when they made that. Some of them were like, yeah, that's what you said. And some of them were just like, it's just a fourth wall break.
That kind of makes sense, though, because at the very end, it fades to white if you get in the Humvee.
Yeah.
So, that kind of makes sense.
I think the only way for him...
I was trying to work that out in my head and my brain exploded inside my head. So...
I think the only way for Walker to return, I guess, to his own paradise is to not do what he's doing right now, which is running into a city...
Can you see the time? I'm sorry, can you see the timer on that?
Yeah.
Okay, what's it at?
It is at 3 minutes, 4 seconds.
Just keep track of that, please. I forgot to start my timer.
Alright, no, it's fine.
Anyway, sorry, Josh, go ahead. You were talking about how he can make a decision to leave the city and reverse the cycle.
Reversing the cycle, yeah. Our fifth point
is the decision points. We're just going to kind of go over all the decision points.
and then show you clips of it.
Yeah, you'll get those. But we're just going to talk about what choices we made and why at each point in the game. I've played the game several times, so I've made a lot of different decisions, but I'll talk about the ones that I think are the best, or what I would do if I played the game again. So, first off, I think it's McPherson, right?
Yeah.
That,
You have a choice to shoot him or to let him go.
would you?
The first
Did
time,
you shoot him?
I just shot him right in
You
the
shot him?
face.
Why'd you shoot him, dude?
because I thought he was evil. I was like, I did not like his attitude, and this is not going to go in a good place if I don't do something about it. I moved the reticule, and I blew his
I
brains
thought it
out.
was kind of shifty that he was walking away, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I mean...
He is an
Well, I
American.
might
I can see where
kill
you're coming from. He's an American.
And then yeah. And then you end up killing him later when he attacks those CIA, the 33rd dudes. But anyways, yeah. So there's that little choice. That's the first one. I don't know if everyone realizes that's a choice, because that one's just kind of whatever. Anyways, the second choice, was that Gould?
Yeah, the second choice is cool.
Okay, yeah. So you have to choose between Gould and the civilians. Which one would you rather save? The first playthrough I did, I saved the civilians because at that point I was starting to feel kind of shitty about all the people I was killing. And I'm like, okay, well, if I can save these guys, and that's one good thing I've done today. So I went after the innocent, poor civilians and saved them. What'd you do?
I went after Gould.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if we don't save him, the mission, everything that we're working for to save this city is over. Everything that we worked for just went down the drain. So.
Do you even remember what you were working for?
Shut the fuck up! Yes, I did!
No, I don't think you did. Why did you come into the city, Josh?
I don't remember.
I saved the civilians. Because I wanted to feel good about
I've
myself.
done both. And
Doesn't Gould die?
Gould dies
Okay.
no matter.
yeah, so if you have, you can't really like make a decision with the ability to see into the future. But if you could, you would go for the civilians, because people are going to die no matter what. But if you go for the civilians, 2 less people will die. Actually, a whole lot less people will die, because if you take them out stealthily, then a whole brigade of soldiers don't attack you. So that's one nice thing about, saving the civilians. Alright, was the next choice Lugo? In the crowd?
No. I think the next
What was
choice
the next
was
choice?
people hanging, remember?
Oh, yeah, okay.
When Walker has his first, I guess, breakdown, you could say, where he encounters his subconscious, Conrad, causing him to become even more insane than he already is in his afterlife, at least in my opinion. My very first choice was to kill the soldier.
Yeah,
Because
same.
he slaughtered every single, and I thought that was outrageous.
I have to wonder about the context, though. Like, did they try to fight him, or what? I just don't, like, if there was no, like, self-defense going on there, then that's pretty fucked up.
I think he kind of made up those stories.
Well, yeah, I mean,
those didn't even happen.
yeah,
They were
just
dead
made up.
corpses.
Yep.
But
They weren't very well made up stories. It's like the writers of COD made up the stories in his head.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Walker's got the writers of COD in his head.
This is why all this happened.
Yeah, I shot the soldier, too, the first time, when I did not realize that I could just shoot the snipers.
I shot the snipers on my second
Yeah,
through.
same here. I don't think I've ever shot the water thief. I mean, obviously it was a crime, but I feel like stealing water is not as bad as killing a family. And I mean, he was stealing water to try to get water for his family. So, yeah, that's that one decision. I think is the next one the crowd that killed Lugo.
Yeah.
All right.
The crowd that killed Lugo, you either have the choice to fire into the air, fire at the ground, anywhere near the civilians, or mow down the entire crowd of civilians.
You can also bitch slap one of them who's all in your
Yeah.
face. You can just be like, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, these guys mean business. Let's get out of here." Which is what I did the first time, because I was feeling pretty shitty about everything I was doing, and hey, I also got kind of an appreciation. Thank you, for soldiers who have to deal with like civilians in foreign countries, and like I mean, it's not like every single day in Iraq soldiers just have whole like their daily routine is having mobs like swarm them, and they're like, oh fuck. But that happens from time to time, no doubt. And I got kind of an appreciation for how like claustrophobic that feels, and like I can understand why you would just be like, get the fuck away, because I mean that's scary. I was a little scared, even though it wasn't real. I was like, get back the
What
fuck
did you
up.
choose first?
Eventually I just punched a guy in the face and they all beat it. Because I didn't want to be an even bigger dick. I was trying to rationalize with myself that I was still a good guy because I didn't gun those people down.
Well, at the time, my first choice, I had an M24-9.
Ooh, that's
So, and it was fully loaded, and I decided I wanted to test bullet velocity at close range.
Yeah.
Because I was very pissed off at the civilians, because this guy, he was a really cool character. And I was like, you fucking killed him for no reason, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was a reason, because he kind
They were scared of him.
Yeah.
They were mean.
And so I killed them all. Adams and I just mowed down the crowd.
I love Adams. Run! Faster! Fucking animals! Alright.
That was a direct quote too.
I think the next is just the end. How that
Yeah, the
goes
ending.
out.
The ending, you either get the choice to commit suicide in front of Conrad, or you have the choice to shoot Conrad. The first time, I just after I figured out, because this was a blind playthrough, I had no idea what was going to happen. After I found out that I was insane, I was just like, fuck it, I'm done, and I just shot myself.
Oh wait, can't you let him shoot you too?
Yeah.
Well, if he shoots you, it's shooting yourself.
It's like you shoot yourself. That's what the cutscene shows, that you have a bullet hole in your head.
Oh.
You have a poop hole in your head.
Oh, because he is you.
I'm sorry, what's the time at? But yeah, so...
We got 10 minutes.
Okay, alright. First playthrough, when I went through that, I was pretty damn confused. I mean, like, I was trying to process, like, what he was saying to me. Like, I wanted to understand what shooting him would mean. Like, not just, like, he's dead now. Or, like, what shooting myself would mean. Like, what would that represent? Like, metaphorically or symbolically or whatever. And I think he counts to 1. He's like, 1. And you're like, I didn't mean to hurt it. No, he said, no, you did this, not me. And he's like, if that's what you believe, then shoot me. And I'm like, so should I? What the fuck? And then he was like, is this how you want it, Walker? And I'm like, don't point that at me. So I just got really confused and scared, and I shot him in self-defense. I mean, he was pointing the gun at me, and I didn't know what I was just a scared gun owner. Very scared. And then after that, if you kill Conrad, you have 3 more options.
Which is to either drop your weapon to soldiers, which you will then get a white ending, which is hallucination. Or you have 2 other options: to kill all the soldiers or be killed by the soldiers, which will both result in black endings.
Yeah. One thing about the ending where you surrender to them, it's weird. I mean, I could be wrong about this, but I thought that when you get into the Humvee, like you're getting into the Humvee, like, time to go home, like you're talking to yourself real weird, and then it fades to white, or it fades to white for the next scene where the soldier asks you, how'd you survive all this? And he's like, who said I did? So I'm just wondering, like, was getting into the Humvee a hallucination, or was that part real? And then they fade to white for the 2 bits of dialogue. I don't know. Anyways, I surrendered to them because,
well, you know...
if any of you shot those soldiers, fuck you.
I shot him.
You shot, what, the first
On my
one?
second through.
Because you were curious, or why'd you shoot him?
I shot him just because I could. Well, my whole idea was like, you know what, I've been an asshole this entire game, because in that playthrough I was just killing everybody. I just wanted to feel like an extreme asshole.
Yeah.
And so I just did it, and I was not satisfied, and I felt stupid, and I cried in the corner.
Here's something. By the end of the game, when Walker gets in that Humvee, dude, he must have so much erectile dysfunction.
Actually, you know, I just thought of this really
never be
good
able
fucking
to-
point. He says in the very beginning that Conrad saved him in Kabul.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
What if he died in Kabul? And he is just... his
Creating
mind...
this whole fantasy.
Yeah, this
which
whole
he-
entire fantasy of which he thinks he's the hero and Conrad is his enemy because Conrad tried to save him.
I thought he found Conrad dead, and then he put on his
No,
jacket.
in Kabul. This is before
Yeah, I know.
Sandstorm.
Yeah, I don't think
He's saying, like, all Dubai is a hallucination.
Yeah, I know.
That's just completely... none of that ever happened. He didn't survive. Conrad is...
John, what's the time at?
It's an
Sorry.
alternate reality.
Sorry, okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to restart this because I kind of want to talk about World War.
Oh, wait,
13 minutes.
fucking hour-long video at this rate. That's fine. Okay, 13 minutes. I'm gonna get one more thing in.
And then we'll
What is that one more thing? Shit.
discuss the ending. Is there a good ending?
We're probably gonna need more minutes for is there a good ending. So yeah.
Into cover!
Ooh, that doesn't sound good, Marty. Don't be shy now. It's just you, me, and several thousand very thirsty listeners, and we're all dying to know. Oh, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do? Yeah, Marty gonna die when they come for you. Wanting water and buckets and things like fools. Oh, what you gonna do when they
listen
come
to 'em.
for you?
I said shut up.
Oh, Marty.
You can hear this. They got Luco. These birds got me pinned down. I can't get to him. I need you here now.
You hear me, Lieutenant? I'm not fucking around. Surrender.
1, 2, 3, 4.